Hi, welcome to the Fitness Forum. My name is Kathy Ekdahl, and I'm a certified personal trainer and a strength and conditioning specialist here in Hudson, Massachusetts. Today, as you can see, we're out of the studio. We're actually at the International Golf Club in Bolton, Massachusetts, and I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to show you some golf-specific exercises that you can add to your current exercise program. So here, I can lean forward. I'm in a slight lunge. I have my stomach very, very engaged. I'm drawing it in. And with a perfectly tall body, I'm going to press the weights forward like a bench press. So unlike sitting in a machine or lying down and pressing weights, this standing variation is a lot more appropriate if you're serious about golf. Now you can do both arms at the same time. And believe me, you do use your chest in golf. You might not realize it, but you do. Or, what's also a nice thing to do is a single arm variation like this. In golf, and in most sports, we don't use our body symmetrically. When we hold on to that club, the right arm and the left arm are doing different things. So anytime you do an exercise where you're working one arm at a time, that's a great way to be very golf specific. So that's a chest press. And of course you use your chest in golf as your arms are together. As you add impact, you're using your pectoral muscles. Again, be careful with the chest work that you're not in this type of position which can hurt your rotator cuff. Your rotator cuff, as I've talked about before, holds your arm bone in the socket. On the back swing, if you're a righty, it's at this point that your rotator cuff really needs to be strong. At this point, and on your follow through, your rotator cuff needs to hold here, okay? Most people might feel it here and not feel it in their finish, but it's often the club weight, the force, maybe you're hitting 100 miles an hour, that can injure the rotator cuff and cause even pain down here in your lats. On your finish, the club comes back here. So if you don't have good strength and flexibility in your rotator cuff, oftentimes you're going to get injured. So a great exercise for rotator cuff, and I'm going to stand a little bit sideways and do this here, is your classic elbow in at the side, just rotating outward. My wrist stays neutral the entire time, okay? My elbow stays into the side. You can see my elbow's coming out a little bit. Coming out a little bit is okay, but you don't want to be doing this right now, okay? There's lots of other great exercises that you can do to work the upper back. Here, we're really trying to isolate the rotator cuff. Okay, so now I'm going to come around on the other side. Excuse me. And here, we can do the rotator cuff. When you do rotator cuff work, you tend to feel it here in your bicep, all right? Keeping the elbow in. If while you're doing rotator cuff work, you feel any pain anterior in your shoulder, maybe like it's in this socket here, oftentimes that means that this is so weak and this is so tight that your arm bone is being pulled forward and impinging on something. So if when you're doing rotator cuff work, you feel pain here and none here, what I suggest you do is take a towel or a little pillow, roll it up, put it under your arm. Okay, so now by putting a pillow under my arm, I've created a little space here so that as I work the arm in rotation, things aren't getting pinched, okay? So again, if you feel any pinching here, you got to put something underneath your arm.